Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am once again your host, Lord Ice, and by the time this video goes out, the ship tutorial should have already gone out, so I hope you enjoyed that. And today we are going to be doing pretty much the last mission in this kind of arc for a little while. Because after this, you've got actually the first featured episode that we're going to play. It's not the first featured episode to come out. That was the Breen invasion, but we're not going to get to that until we're level 47. They all used to be level 6, but then Cryptic arbitrarily decided it made it too easy to level up, especially on the Klingon side, because at the time Klingon started at level 6 and had no content. So they kind of nerfed Klingon level progression by taking away the featured episodes, and they stuck them into a couple of the mission sequences. The third and fourth series hadn't come out yet, I don't think. The Romulan featured series might have, but that's a long ways away. But this is Task Force Hippocrates. It may not seem like it right now, but this mission will have some bearing on what's going to happen in the later series. So I am going to do it on Omega. But the next 5 missions after this are the Davidian featured series, which is kind of annoying, but it's kind of fun. And for that I will be using Antilles, as promised very, very long ago. So, without further ado, let us hail for Task Force Hippocrates. There are more reports than usual about Klingon and Gorn attacks along the border of Federation space. Starfleet has created a task force to patrol the area. Sorry about that first little slip-up. I thought it had been mistexted, as in grammar fail. But it was me misreading. Proceed to your assigned coordinates in the Zarantine system and begin patrolling. If you receive any distress signals, you are authorized to do whatever is required to assist. We get crap armor. And here we are, patrol Zarantine system. I started the video outside Zarantine. You don't need to see me flying through sector space, it's pretty boring. I think this mission is a little on the long side, but it's basically fight stuff. To all Federation ships in range, this is the SS Boys. We're taking fire from Gorn fighters and need aid from any ships in range. Repeat, we are being attacked by Gorn and need help. Being attacked by Gorn? And minced meat. Kaboom. We're gonna go ahead and hail the boys. Thanks for the assistance. We've diverted from our deliveries to deploy these emergency power emitters, but now we need your help to activate them. Our starboard power coupling is blown and we're reading damage to our navigation systems and warp core. If you can reroute the satellite's energy output to us, we can use them to keep our shields up while we make repairs. So there's 4 of those satellite-looking things. Well, I think there's 4. There might be 3. One of them's kind of hidden. But I think I'm going to go for that one first. This is actually in here. Hidden. Bastard. Took me forever to find this on the first try. Like, where is it? Where is it? Oh, it's in an asteroid. How convenient. Oh, you little bastard. You spawned an acetone assimilator. I hate you.
Warning, ship is under attack.
Good, I one-shot it. You've seen me fight acetone assimilators. You know that they're a pain. Major pain. Fortunately, the ship that drops them isn't. Acetone assimilator is actually a C-Star console from on the Klingon side. I don't know if you can get it as a deployable thing on the Federation side, because I didn't mention this in the ship tutorial, but I probably should have. A lot of the Klingon consoles ended up as lockbox rewards that you can get on the Fed side, and some of the Fed consoles ended up on the Klingon side. But the Fed consoles that the Klingons got weren't really worth it compared to the ones that the Feds got that the Klingons had. Some of those are kind of OP, and I've got a couple of those. I've got the Subspace Jump and Isometric Charge, which are two of the best consoles the Klingons have. Especially against the Tholians. Oh, I love those against the Tholians. Pretty much standard Gordon fighting. Okay. They've got their emergency power. The voice is hailing us, Captain. Power levels are holding steady, Admiral. We can handle it from here. Thanks for the helping hand. It's always nice to see Starfleet protecting the trade routes. Which, in Stowe lore, was actually something Starfleet wasn't doing for a long time. Captain, incoming message from Starfleet. A Vulcan medical vessel, the T'Pau, is requesting assistance. We are the closest ship. I have laid in a course to the T'Pau's coordinates, sir. We can leave on your command. Smeag, not to burst your bubble, but isn't Soichirol our helmsman? I should probably rename Soichirol, but I'm not going to right now. That name's kind of confusing. But you're not our helmsman. What are you doing laying in courses? Hailing the T'Pau, sir. Channel open. I am Solar, captain of the Vulcan medical ship T'Pau. There is an outbreak of Tacanian syndrome on the planet's surface. It is of the utmost importance that the medical supplies we carry be delivered immediately. Please accompany us to the planet and defend us from enemy ships. If you move too far from this thing, it will stop moving. It's annoying. Also, it may seem kind of slow now, but it's going to bolt away in a minute. At least it usually does. And there's the Gorn. Not dealing with your crap, Gorn. I think just to demonstrate this little bit of functionality, I'm going to pin the T'Pau. Basically, it puts this little target hood, which is basically like target of target for the UI, except it's a focused ally or enemy. And it allows you to see their health, even if you're not targeting them. Did I mention that DPS is OP in this game? Let's make sure they're, like, fully healed. It's not really going to matter because the last fight is coming up here in a minute. Hegta! Those aren't Gorn, those are Klingons. Well, they were Klingons. Now they're scrap metal. Captain, the T'Pau is hailing us. Admiral, we are detecting weapons fire on the planet's surface. My ship is on a mission of peace. We are unequipped to deal with armed resistance. Will you secure the area so our healers can transport to the planet's surface safely? Sure, why not? Boss Squad, roll out. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Serentine planet surface. Captain, I'm reading multiple Gorn and Klingon line of signs between here and the medical facility. We'll need to deal with them before the Vulcan medical team can transport. Isn't that why we're here in the first place? Ooh, handler. Team, you know this. You know the drill for sniping, don't you? Sneak up, nice and steady. And you're dead.
Personal shield losing power.
Excuse me? That's my face you're trying to bite. You know how to fight Gorn by now. I'm not going to go over the fighting basics. Yeah, the stuff that you know. I'm not going over stuff you know. And
Personal shield losing power.
die. Everybody die. That's my face you're taking chunks out of. I would appreciate it if you kindly stopped. Yawn. This is a standard mission. Oh. Let me check on something for a second here. Telectalon is out of Ketracel White. Ooh. I might be able to show you how to remedy that. Active ground. Yeah, death and slotted. Okay, so for the Jem'Hadar Bridge Officer, you probably won't find this out for a very long time. But before we do this, let's hit played. And of course, I've got that notification turned off in this window. Okay, so it's not going to breed triples soon. Oh, I've got no EC. Okay, not a problem. Do I even need EC? Do I even need EC to do this? Yeah, I need 20 per. So basically, when you do the Jem'Hadar featured series, you get a Jem'Hadar Bridge Officer at the 4th mission. You also get a few bridge or duty officers from it. One of the duty officers, while he's slotted, Dathan specifically, he's a biochemist. When he's slotted, you can replicate Ketracel White. And if you use Ketracel White, you get a debuff. If your Jem'Hadar uses Ketracel White, he gets a huge buff. It actually makes him really effective. And of course, he should be using Ketracel White. He's genetically engineered to need it. So I'm just going to go ahead and replicate some white here. This is kind of foreknowledge, kind of dangerous. Foreknowledge is dangerous. But it's stuff that just about any wiki will be able to tell you. So I'm just going to replicate a stack for him. And you have to replicate these bastards one at a time. I really wish you could do more, but no. Okay, 20 Ketracel White. Let's mouse over it and see what it does. Consumed by non-Jem'Hadar. Minus 40 all damage for 1 minute. Minus 40 maximum hit points for 1 minute. Reduced movement speed for 10 seconds. Consumed by Jem'Hadar. Plus 10% all damage for 10 minutes. Plus 20% max hit points for 10 minutes. And if you look, Telectalon actually has that boost right now because he used the last of his white. There you go, buddy. More white. Warriors. Fellas, we got ourselves some clinks. We got ourselves some clinks.
Personal shield losing power.
Warrior, warrior, warrior. 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 Run this way. And I'm a firing my minigun.
Enemy combatants in close proximity.
Standard anti-Klingon tactics. You know the drill by now. Oh, and all of my crew is set to passive. That's why they're not doing anything. Okay. I forgot that I sniped the first guy I saw. But you can see how easy this is if you can completely forget that your people are on passive and still deal with everything. Okay, you're a mortar. I don't like mortars. Mortars aren't fun. Mortars spawn mortars. As if the name didn't give that away. Oh, forgot to set the guys to passive. They're going to rush. Still managed to kill the mortar. For Cardassian!
Flanking damage detected.
You guys
Losing power.
handle that. I'm gonna handle this mortar. And see, it spawned a mortar. Which of course is a mortar. You should know what a mortar does. Love how we're standing right in front of these Klingons and they don't seem to know we're here. That's a problem I think we can fix, shall we?
Enemy targets on sensor. Personal shield losing power. Flanking damage detected.
Yes, I do sing along to this game's music sometimes, because sometimes I actually like this game's music. Some of it gets kind of old fast, but it's still worth listening to.
Enemy targets on sensor.
Oh, I think we've got a couple of groups. Not that it matters, they're all warriors. Yeah, all warriors. If I didn't know better, I'd say the Klingons were Zergling rushing us. If I didn't know better, I'd think the Klingons were Zerg rushing us. This is pretty much the definition of Zerg rush right here. Tons of weak little baddies, and they're trying to throw the medicine and hope we don't survive. Sadly, this is a Zerg rush against Void Rays. Not gonna work.
Enemy targets on sensor. Personal shield losing power.
I don't think many of them had much of a chance to say as much as "oh shit" before they died. That looks like a dead person. You look like a Targ handler. Because you are, you dumb woman. Huh. Go ahead, keep running around. I don't mind. I can just go over here. Oh, you little patach. You little patach. It's okay. Is this an invisible wall? No. Okay, so we're way too far away. But there's another target handle, and he's standing completely still. The dumb bastard. Get sniped, bitch. Kill it. Kill it with extreme prejudice.
Flanking damage detected.
Wartargs and warriors. Oh, hello, Swordmaster. Deadmaster. Aldebaran whiskey. Not bad. The area is secure, and the medical team from the T'Pau is beaming down now, Captain. Captain Sala may be able to answer a few questions for you, if you wish. We can return to the Interdictor as soon as you are ready. Cancel. Okay, I'm getting a little bit of a mouse bug. Fixed it. He said we could talk to somebody. We're going to talk to somebody. Peace and long life to you, Admiral. What is Tacanian syndrome? A rare virus that attacks the blood cells of some humanoids. The disease was first diagnosed 47.6 years ago on Takan 3. Victims of Tacanian syndrome slowly stop producing red blood cells. If left untreated, the disease is always fatal. What is the treatment for Tacanian syndrome? We will administer a series of injections to the patients over the course of the next 3 weeks. The treatment can be uncomfortable, but if given time, the recovery rate is 100%. Who developed the treatment for Tacanian syndrome? A team at Starfleet Medical used the Fabrini cure for xenopolycythemia, discovered by Ambassador Spock and Admiral Leonard McCoy in 2268, as the basis for a treatment. Xenopolycythemia and Tacanian syndrome are similar in nature. The Vulcan Science Academy is attempting to determine if the two diseases are linked in some way. Do you know why the Klingons would have wanted to stop you? I cannot speak to their motivations. The medicines we have on board the T'Pau have a wide variety of uses. We even carry equipment for genetic engineering, but it is only to be used to correct existing conditions as permitted by Federation law. Genetic engineering equipment. I wonder who would want that. Hint, hint, that's going to come into play later. There was flavor text there. Oops. It's okay, I know how to access it. Here we are back in the Picana sector block, but the mission isn't over yet. This is one of those multi-system missions that kind of teaches you Picanis. NPC. Captain, we are receiving another alert from Starfleet Command. Starfleet has lost contact with the USS Eagle. When we have completed our work here, we are to proceed to the Trimble system, find the Eagle, and render any aid necessary. Warp to the Trimble system and find the USS Eagle. That was what Smeagol said before it beamed up. I forgot to read it. Sorry. Who needs a warp drive when you've got quantum slipstream? We're there in 2 seconds. Continue. Clipped wing. Loading Trimble solar system. Space combat. Subspace anomaly in this area have decreased our sensor range, sir. We will need to move deeper into the system and search for the Eagle. Alright, you've got emergency powered engines. You're super fast. With Legacy of Romulus, emergency power powers got a buff, and now they're kind of really broken. For instance, the emergency powered engines, the speed buff now lasts the entire duration of the buff. So it can be really hard to catch something using emergency powered engines. And of course, wonder where those other two birds of prey went. Oh, there they are. Klingon Patah. Engage combat mode. The Eagle has been located and defended. Incoming message from the USS Eagle, sir. Putting it on screen now. This is Captain Christopher Ayers of the Federation Starship Eagle. Our shields are down. We've been boarded by Klingons. Repeat, we have been boarded. My crew is fighting them in the corridors, but we won't last long. The away team is ready for transport, sir. We can beam down at your command. Boff squad, roll out. Deck 6 of the USS Eagle. I have scanned the ship, Captain, and I'm not reading any Federation life signs in this area. Several members of the Eagle's bridge crew have retreated to Shuttle Bay 1. I recommend we secure the area between here and the Shuttle Bay. Okay, what are you guys? Straight Warriors? More Straight Warriors? Come on. Come on, game, you're being boring.
Enemy targets on sensor. Personal shield losing power. Flanking damage detected.
Dead trash mobs. Well, that was fast. Yep.
Flanking damage detected. Personal shield losing power.
Oh, Jumbo Romulan Mollusk. Ooh, I've got to save that. Where to save? Where to save? Ooh, I've got to save that. Save, save, save. That is a very valuable resource for trouble breeding. If you remember my duty officer tutorial, you'll remember that I also did the trouble breeding thing, and I was using Jumbo Romulan Mollusk to do it. So to me, that is a very highly prized commodity. No, there wasn't any reason to come in here, except loot. Inventory is getting kind of full. Gonna need to fix that soon. Warrior. Give me something other than warriors, god damn it.
Enemy targets on sensor.
%1701% done. Wait for the other guys to come back. I have a present for them. Come on, other guys. Okay, so you don't want to group up. Feel bad for you, Klingon. Warrior, warrior, warrior. Voila, shuttle bay. Um, excuse me, Torka. Die. Plasma pulse wave assault, Mark 10, damage dog 3. Not bad. Yeah, we just killed the Klingon captain. He's dead. And Captain Ayers climbed out of the shuttle. It's lucky you were here to help. What happened here, Captain? I knew that the Klingons were causing trouble in this area, but I never thought they would attack a medical ship. We dropped out of warp to respond to the distress signal. It was a trap. There were Klingon ships waiting for us. They knocked out our weapons and shields, and then they started beaming boarding parties over. I lost my chief of security and first officer in the fighting, Admiral. Some of the finest officers I've ever had the privilege of serving with were cut down in a senseless ambush. What do the Klingons want? We have genetic resequencers on board, along with a supply of biomimetic gel. In the wrong hands, they could be used for gene engineering or even to create a spaceborne virus. Told you, genetic engineering. My orders were to get these materials to the Korvat system safely. No matter what, I had to keep them out of Klingon hands. Where were you when we entered the shuttle bay? The shuttle bay doors were sealed, but my chief engineer thought he could reroute power to them without harming the rest of the ship. We sealed ourselves in the shuttle with the genetic resequencers. If you hadn't arrived when you did, we were going to blast out and take the cargo someplace safe. I know it's a captain's duty to go down with the ship, but what's more important? Dying with honor, or keeping a devastating weapon out of the hands of the Klingons? I'd probably think that second one. Do you need additional assistance? We can handle the cleanup here, Admiral. I'm sure Starfleet will want to get your report about what happened. Alright, we're done. So, basically, the Klingons want genetic engineering equipment. I wonder what for. Good work, Admiral. I'm looking forward to reviewing your report. And polyalloy weave. And, really, that's it for this mission. This mission is kind of long because it takes place in a couple of different star systems. But it's really not that big a mission. It's kind of a pain sometimes, but it's not that bad. A lot of really, really small trash mobs. Well, they're not quite small, but they're trash mobs nonetheless. I mean, did you see how quickly we made mincemeat of those 5 warrior squads? It's really kind of easy, and it's sometimes kind of not, but really not too bad. So, until next time, this is Lloyd signing out. See you out the shuttle bay door.